nah, man. Nah, listen. The point is, no, there's nothing really going on, man. You know. Yeah, we're unmuted now. And actually, speaking of being unmuted, everyone want to test their mics?
Yeah, check.
Yeah, hello. I mean, our mics were already tested.
Yeah.
First of all, that was the source at the top. It was the fucking Elgato line, and honestly, it just kind of did its own thing, man. I don't even know what to tell you.
You want to go back to the other screen?
Sure, man.
Phenomenal marketing ploy. Drew up the numbers.
You know, it should just happen. So welcome everybody to another Lead Trap episode. This is I think number 20 something. 23 maybe.
Do you guys actually like know that for a fact, or are you just saying that?
That sounds like a good number.
I'm ranging it around 23, yeah, 22. Last couple were number 20. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, got you.
I don't know if that's really convincing at all, but
no, I just find it like kind of ham to be like, yeah, episode 23, but you don't know it's 23.
I'm ranging it. Welcome everybody to the stream, to the chat. We already had a bunch of people that are here watching. So shout out to all the people.
Shout out to everybody who's in the Lead Trap and the Weekly, man.
Oh my god, yeah, that's great crossover every single time.
I think it's everybody, 100% crossover, but like, yeah, shout out to everyone who just shows up, says what up, sticks in the chat, watches us while we're muted. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah, dude. A lot of good people watching yesterday. Yesterday's stream was really, really bumping despite the lower entrance.
Oh, was it bumping?
Yeah. We had like there was like 21, 22 people watching throughout.
Who made Vans?
It was Whisker versus Akira.
Who won?
Okay.
Whisker won.
Nice.
Whisker
How many people were in bracket?
Like 10, 11.
Double the viewers? Like, that's wild.
Yeah. One thing I will say is that regardless of how much people we typically have on Tuesday while playing, the number of people watching is always like a good 20, 21, 23, 24 average. And then like a month ago, or probably 2 months ago, we were really consistent. It was like 25, 26, 27. So the viewership's always really good on Tuesday.
What healthy
people watch in droves. So it's cool, man. But shout out to the guys. What's going on? Skylar, Sayar, Sanitar. How you guys been, man?
Doing good. It's been summer out there, and I've been loving it. How about you, fellas?
I'm good.
Same old.
Yeah,
but summer is ending though.
Yeah,
didn't have to say that.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
September 1st today, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Does it feel like September, or does it still feel like August?
Still feels like August for sure. Yeah. But like, a lot of people find like fun in saying, "Oh, it's September 1st. I'm going to be that person and point that out so that you feel uncomfortable about summer leaving." Like a lot of people take.
Do people point out the first of the month to get people like anxiety levels up? Like, hey man, it's September 1st.
You know what? I actually didn't pay rent yet, so I appreciate that.
I think for summer people do it because
man.
Yeah, they really like know that people really like summer, so they're like, all right, man, summer's on the way out. Bring in fall. But people all really like fall too. So,
yeah,
I'm not gonna take that away.
Sure. Like my tone when winter's ending is a lot different when summer's ending. Like I'll be like, hey guys, only 30 more days.
Yeah.
Winter, I feel like there's typically a universal like relief
Yeah.
of like the snow and the cold being gone.
Yeah.
When it's like March 30th, people are like, all right, man, I'm ready for this fucking thing to bounce.
Yeah, like I get like kind of excited last 2 weeks of March.
I feel like you see it in everybody's wardrobe too. For one, that's one thing that you look forward to is a little bit of a wardrobe change. But you see those people come out with like shorts way too early. Like months early, and you're like, you're excited. I
gotta call out. Yeah, I gotta call your people for that, man.
Yeah, we do that.
Yo, what's up with that, man? I could be at like anywhere, and there's a white guy with shorts. Like,
it happens,
and I'm in Ottawa in the middle of February. But if I go to Walmart, I'm gonna 9 times out of 10, I can see one guy with shorts.
Yeah, one big thing I always noticed that even amongst my people, there's a group that does this more so than others, and that is drummers. Specifically, drummers will always wear shorts for no good reason.
Wow.
But beyond that, for the rest of the folks, I don't understand.
I want to understand the psychology why, like, only white men do it.
I don't know, man. I used to like. When I was in grade school, I was a lot more brave with this stuff. I would be like pull out a t-shirt way before I was supposed to, but it wasn't ever specifically shorts, and that I think is the issue that my race has. They bring out the shorts
in a hailstorm.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just that free flowing air,
Hey man, you know what? Some people just want shorts all the time. though, so I'm not gonna fault. You know, he just got me to think about this differently.
They are like obscenely comfortable.
That might be
there. You know what I mean? Like nothing better than just chilling in a pair of shorts. You know
yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
winter breeze chilling though.
See, that's
What's
you got me all fucked up.
what's your favorite short? Like sweat short, basketball short,
Switch.
running shorts.
Depends where I am, what I'm doing. So obviously, as you clearly mentioned, anything athletic, it doesn't matter. Anything it is typically, well, anything involving like running or moving a lot, basketball shorts are OD.
Yeah,
for that, you know?
yeah.
But basketball shorts at the crib is also OD.
I hate basketball shorts.
No
Even though
way,
I'm
really?
wearing some right now.
Wearing
I
a
hate
pair right now.
the material's too thin, so I just don't like it.
I think sweat shorts are great too. Those are
There
OD.
we go, bro.
Those are OD. Well, those I think are the most versatile.
Yeah,
it's
you
sweat
can do
shorts. You can do
sweat short.
anything in them. You can do anything in them. You know what I'm saying?
Someone can be
I
like,
guess
hey,
bar sweating, but
let's go walk, let's go hang out. Doesn't matter if you're in sweat shorts or not.
yeah, you don't look awkward
fair
wearing sweat shorts to like the function at a patio. But if you're wearing some Zoom Kobe shorts, at a
you
patio,
can't-
people are gonna be like,
you can't-
are you gonna go catch a one-on-one right now after this? What,
Got somewhere to be.
what court are you gonna go to St. Pat's after this, man?
You can't go with and one to
Yeah.
It's out of the equation.
Wearing
yeah.
your Shaqs, bro.
Oh, man, no way.
Huh?
Why not?
You just know why.
Yeah.
I don't.
Go to the one, then you'll see how you feel.
Yeah, you go to a patio with some and ones on. Someone's gonna ask you, where are the runs at today, bro? Like, where are you catching these 5-on-5s? You just can't do it. But if you wear,
What if you're going to the patio and then going for runs?
You just won't feel certified if you pull up in no shorts.
sweat shorts are like super versatile because you can wear sweatshorts to the like patio or whatever.
Some
They
look
can look
better
almost
too.
dressy.
Some
Yeah,
look-
yeah.
Hey, they go with outfits a lot better than basketball shorts. Like, there's no pair of basketball shorts that you're gonna wear and pull off wearing like
Absolutely
a plaid
disgusting.
shirt or something. You know, you just look crazy.
No, that's why I don't like basketball shorts. They express bum life, like very overtly. Like you could I just see that in them.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I own more basketball shorts than any other kind of
Yeah.
short, and at the same time, it's definitely the sort that is like stylistically the least appealing. I think out in public, I don't unless I'm literally about to go use them. About to
Yeah.
get used
Yeah,
to this
exactly,
shit. Like,
exactly.
why am I wearing these to
Oh,
see
yeah.
anybody?
And they're always like some crazy colors, like highlighter green.
I got some nice black ones and
Yeah.
just black, and they have nothing on them. But like, the highlighter. Oh my gosh, I have one that has like the highlight stripe like right down the
And
leg.
it's sick when
Oh
you're
my
buying
God.
it, but then like you just can never wear. That's why I love buying boring ass colors now, like black, gray.
Yeah. Get some mute stuff.
That's like 70% of my wardrobe, bro. It's just black and gray and pretty much that right there.
So he just called you boring, is what you're saying?
Pretty boring.
You heard?
Pretty boring. Visually pretty boring. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hope everyone's well, watching at home, listening wherever you might be. Obviously we've been trying to get things going on like our Spotify and our YouTube, but we've just had so much random logistical delays and shit on my part as well. No, it's not. I know Sam talks about it. It's not all him. It's also me. Just lack of communication. So
He's laughing. It's fine.
Hey man,
we'll be back on.
I'm back, bro.
No,
I'm back.
we'll be back on that very soon. So we appreciate everyone watching, no matter where you are, or listening, no matter where you are. But yeah, we'll be back on those. And without further ado, I suppose we just talk about the actual subject content for the episode. Once again, Samatar graciously providing us cooking up a good run of show, which I think you guys will enjoy. So I think the most pressing thing we could talk about, obviously, is the summit that happened this weekend. And we'll get into that a little bit later on. But in regards to the summit, I guess the first thing I want to talk with you guys about is how are you looking at Wi-Fi now, man? We're just coming off of a year and a half of Wi-Fi only for many people. For many people, like that was the only way to consume the game, to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Some places sooner than others. The US obviously opened up faster than here, for example. But how do you view Wi-Fi now that offline is returning and a little bit more established? Samatar, why don't you kick us off with the thoughts?
I've completely changed my opinions about Wi-Fi, and I've made a complete 180. Well, not 180. I made like a 120, because before I thought, I had like this. On some real shit. Like I wasn't a very established Smash player, and I'm still not, right? So I think a lot of people like to denigrate Wi-Fi because they don't have like personal results themselves. So it creates like you see people thriving, right? And they've never been to an offline event.
Okay.
And so it's very easy for everyone to like latch on to that like mob mentality of like who's been to offline events before. So you just all collectively will shit on Wi-Fi together. But I think after watching the people who grinded Wi-Fi and like how offline events return, I just like I'm like thinking about it more now. I'm like, if you didn't play Wi-Fi, it was such a wasted resource. If you weren't an established player before, that's what I think now.
Okay. I actually really like what you said about that, about like the mob mentality aspect of it. I gotta say that my opinions on Wi-Fi really haven't changed. I've always they've always been in my heart one way, and it's I still don't feel wrong about it. I still hate that stuff, but I do think it has its uses, as I always have. I do think that it was better than no practice. That's for sure. I feel like some people might be attributing Spargo's rise to Wi-Fi. Not you in this situation,
No,
but
saying,
like,
okay.
but in general. And I feel like that's a bit of a misnomer. I feel like he was on the come up before it, and he would have grinded in a house someplace if he didn't have Wi-Fi, etc. But again, it's been a phenomenal resource for some guys. There are guys like DeBuzz who early on in the pandemic said, "Yo, anybody who drops Wi-Fi, you're gonna regret it," kind of idea. And at the same time, I'm watching his min playing top level players, mind you, at Summit, mind you, and I'm like, DeBuzz, what did Wi-Fi do for you, my guy? Like this doesn't look easier for you. And that character, I'm like, it's going to be very different. It's going to be a very different experience online, offline. So we watched Leo switch off of Byleth very early on. Byleth may be a much more viable character online in that setting, in that environment, but also behind the talent of Leo. So Wi-Fi, man, to me, it's a limited resource, a means of playing the game when we had none.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure specifically. Oh yeah. I'm not sure specifically like how much it helps, because like you will see players who like just got ridiculously good on Wi-Fi. Like I'm trying to think. Like as a local example, I guess Cake. He like didn't do too well offline from what I remember. I think he only came to one event.
He did really well. He played second.
There was like
He
a
plays
limited,
really well, okay.
there was a limited amount
But-
of offline.
But then he went to Vancouver and beat Big D recently. Like that was something that happened. But again,
Yeah, you can't like. To me, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off, but continue. Just continue.
you finish your
No, because you brought up a really good point. That's why. So.
And the problem is, he did play a lot of Wi-Fi, but he also played a lot of Yuzu. I don't know where I think he lives in Gatineau, so he could have had like offline events. For me, I'm lucky. I got to play here, some offline. Like we don't play too much, but we play enough that I don't want to ever play Wi-Fi again, unless it is Yuzu that with a good connection. But even still, I don't know. I think Wi-Fi is okay if you're actually trying to practice. But these people who are entering tournaments to win, I don't think you were playing to get better. You were playing to win, especially if you're using characters that specifically are good on Wi-Fi, like exceedingly good on Wi-Fi. Sorry, not just good on Wi-Fi.
At that point, are you trying to exploit Wi-Fi, or are you trying to
I
get
think
better?
a lot of people exploited Wi-Fi, and like look, again, there's an example of that Littleback player who did really well. Peanut.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's doing very well
He's
now.
doing well now, but his first two weeklies, I think he went 0-2 offline.
But I don't hold people's first weeklies against them.
But it wasn't like the thing is, even like
Regardless?
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
he didn't do well, and he is probably a good player. He probably has better neutral than a lot of the players because he plays so much. But he is going to get exposed offline, and he did for the first couple weeks, and then he adapted. I don't know if he switched characters. Like I don't. We just don't know. I don't know enough about this guy.
I would definitely, if you can appear, like in that region, if you can appear in like a winner's
What
quarters,
region is he?
and like the
MDVA.
yeah.
Is he? I don't know how well he's doing now because I kind of watch them and I don't see a Little Mac.
Well enough to where like you're popping in at like a loser semis.
He improved off of
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. Is basically what
I
it
haven't seen him
says.
in loser semis. In a
No,
while.
100% one. Okay, maybe not loser semis, but 100% like deep runs.
Maybe like top 16.
no, even further than that. I could tell you right now, Top 12. I'll give you a top 12.
Top 12, like
Yeah.
recently.
But I don't watch like that. But I've seen enough on YouTube where I'm like, okay, yeah. Trust me on that.
Okay.
Trust me on that.
Yeah, but even still, like he's got to do it consistently, right?
No, and I think, but that's the thing. Like, and that's what I mean. It's a different from a player who's established versus a player who's not established. I think if you weren't an established player prior to the pandemic and you decided not to play Wi-Fi, you wasted your time. And if you were going to continue to play this game, right? Because look at the place you're coming from. Like, above all else, reps are more important than actually like playing the game in a healthy manner. So I think that for lesser players, yeah, you really should have played Wi-Fi. And even for like some good players, I think you should have played Wi-Fi, man. I don't know. That's my take on it.
I think Wi-Fi is definitely like a very, very, very good resource. I think objectively, if that's all you have access to, then you definitely should be using it. If you have access to offline, then I understand why you would only be playing offline as well. So I don't blame anybody for not playing Wi-Fi because it's so different from the actual game. But you make a good point about whether you actually have any intention of trying to, be diligent after this whole cloud sort of, kind of came to an end. Mm-hmm. You have to be okay with knowing that you're setting yourself back, because not only do reps matter, but reps matter even more when the rest of the field is advancing so far ahead, right? Because the rest of the field that is, doing well now that things have kind of, come back to where they are, is really far ahead in terms of like the meta, I guess, and just being used to, new things in the game, new play styles and whatnot, right? If you were playing Wi-Fi, then you had the chance to expose yourself to like Fighters Pass 2 characters in excess, Pyra, Mithra, Steve, Sephiroth. You're gonna find no shortage of these characters, whether it's Wi-Fi brackets or just Elite Smash. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, like, not only are you behind in terms of raw reps, like you're not touching the sticks and you're not moving around the same, like you also have to deal with like data, which Skylar mentioned to me before we even started the episode. Like your data points are already lacking too, So it's like, in a way, it's like double though. It's like a double whammy if you're not playing Wi-Fi. But if you're somebody who intrinsically can just pick up on stuff, whether when you were offline in terms of like habits and things like that, I can't say that Wi-Fi is an end-all be-all, but I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of people that grinded Wi-Fi super hard, entered Wi-Fi tournaments super hard, a lot of them are making noise.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, a lot of them are making a noise. A lot of them are having great results, whether it's Spargo. Spargo is a very top-end example, but there's
other people.
A lot of mid-level examples I'm forgetting. Like Chunky Kong, for example. Obviously, DK is a character that, changes a little bit online, but like he's killing his locals out in Florida, and he's winning. Right, with Donkey Kong. So it's like
he was pretty established there too, though, right?
He was established. He was established, but I don't think he was established to the degree that he's really pushing himself now into the category of just killing it.
I don't think that Tilde guy was saying much before.
Tilde was decent before quarantine. After quarantine, he's winning locals. Big locals. I thought it was buffed, but like still, like you can just when you watch him play, it's not just the buffs that work. And anybody with a brain that watches him can tell you it's like a crazy game sense and a crazy sense of advantage state. Is it that's
people aren't gonna attribute like grinding Wi-Fi to like monumental success.
It's unfortunate because you're
gonna look at him and you're not gonna see Wi-Fi.
The local success is like the thing is these players were winning Wi-Fi majors is what they were being called. Right? Like a lot of them were.
Who was
like these like Peanut, he was doing well in Wi-Fi majors, like these 800, 900 man tournaments, right? People are like, wow, he's doing well in 900 man tournaments, but he's going to locals. I want to see him go to a Shine and let's see him get top 24 there.
I get that. In the case of Tild, I think it's for Tild.
I think he has a chance.
Tild is winning in like a very tough region, New Jersey, New York.
But like the thing is, a lot of people don't go to those. Like I know DeBuzz doesn't really go to locals, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it's a good region, but again, it's a local at the end of the day.
Yeah, true. 100%.
Local success is not the same as like actual. Like
to be fair, we don't have a very big sample size for offline majors in this era that we're in. Riptides this weekend. Summit was an invitational, so that's not even though it's a major, it's not really it's not an open one, right? So we're gonna have more sample size on the way, which is to your point, Sarah.
No, it's just like give it time.
They're doing well locally. I agree. We got to give it more time, but from what we've seen, the very small sample size that we have of the locals, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the people that were grinding Wi-Fi are making some noise, right?
Yeah, I could agree with that. So if I could just add one thing,
yeah, please.
I feel like I come off as pretty anti Wi-Fi. and it's because I am. I'm pretty anti-Wi-Fi. But even before this whole pandemic, even before it was just Wi-Fi, I was very much of the opinion that, again, it's a resource. It's something that you probably should be using to learn matchups again, specifically to get a grip on specific data outside of your region, outside of the spots that you can practice. So it doesn't, like, I wouldn't see it any other way. The guys who actually did continue to grind, the guys who continued to play the game, period, would be benefiting at the end. And I don't know how much of that should be attributed to Wi-Fi and how much should be attributed to the fact that they continued to play the game in a space where nobody else could. Like, there wasn't another option, you know? So how much of that is Wi-Fi, and how much of that is I just kept playing, you know, in whatever capacity I could. Like, there's no man I can compare to who was out there grinding classic mode, you know? But, like, if there was, I would say, if there was like a legion of people who were just grinding classic mode with the intention to come back to competitive play, you know, I would want to see what their numbers looked like, you know. We don't have any reference point.
Like, at what point are we just gonna look at people and just understand that they just put in work regardless of Wi-Fi or not?
Yeah,
and we got to attribute some of that to just putting in work.
Yeah, and yeah, that's 100% what I'm saying.
Right. No, I get that.
I actually agree. There's just, like, you can't, regardless if you're playing Wi-Fi or not, you're still, like, that means you're going to training room. That means you're putting in hours, and hours in will yield good results, like, just good things. But when I say grind Wi-Fi, I don't even, like, mean brackets. Like, I genuinely, like, honestly,
okay.
I honestly straight up, like, this is gonna sound crazy, Elite Smash.
No,
hey, you don't have to preach that to me.
No, there are matchups there, man. There are matchups there.
I think Elite Smash is a sick resource, man. To be honest with you,
there are lessons to be learned. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
You stop holding forward real quick,
because
or you start sucking real quick.
Like, there's, like, when you're playing Elite Smash, because bro, at this point, like, I'm an Elite Smashologist. Okay, all right. I've been doing this shit. Okay, when somebody's not about to rematch you, and you know you have to win this game because they're gonna flake on you before you can flake on them, man, it does wonders to your game. It does absolute wonders.
Yeah, I think I can write a book on, like, the ins and outs of Elite Smash.
He's about to leave me, so I have to beat him right now. Is an insane amount of pressure.
Have you ever baited somebody to play another game?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes, like, I'll be like, okay, I want to play him one more time, so I'm gonna lose to him.
Yeah.
So then he hits rematch.
Sometimes you can, like, after a game, and, like, let's say you fucking beat the brakes off of someone, you can kind of encourage them by hitting one of the prompts and saying, like, that was good, you know, and then that'll pop up, and then sometimes they'll think, this guy, you know, he's a nice guy, you know,
do you do that?
I'm sick.
You're a sicko,
you know, and then
sometimes
I'll lose against someone that, like, I really want to keep playing. Like, it might be like a Snake or Lucina that I want to keep playing. It's like, oh my god, this is a matchup I like. You know, like, I want to keep playing you. They'll beat me slightly. They'll be like, that was cool. And then the likelihood of them staying is, like, a lot higher. Even though I'm playing a toxic character, I'll be playing, I don't know, DK Online or something. You know, like, so you gotta, like, really game the system to be smashed psychologically. But yeah, I agree with you. I can write a book.
And sometimes you gotta let them hit their confirms. Yo, you think I'm fucked.
I don't think. Like, to be honest, I don't.
You let them hit a sick confirm. They're feeling themselves. They're gonna hit rematch.
So, like, you're pretty much saying sometimes you'll, like, give away games.
No.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
You just inferred
Oh no, that's when I'm being crazy.
No, but okay, but correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you kind of just, like, infer that when you say
I'm not giving away a game? I give a stock. If I feel as if I can afford a stock,
that's what I'm saying. Like I understand the psychological thing behind that, but, like,
it's only when I feel like you're good practice and I can beat you.
Like, that's a next level psychological.
Yeah. I've seen him throw away games by saying, like,
I'm
gonna kill this guy with counter. And then he just tries to counter the entire.
I've seen those games.
And then he loses like 20,000.
Sometimes Samtar will be up 3 stocks and be like, yo, I'll give you a stock. He just runs off the stage. I've seen that too. I'm saying that like that
because what is a better feeling than being up 3-1, killing yourself twice, letting the guy damage you to his point, and still beating him? What is a better feeling?
Yeah, but, like,
going home
with
your loving family or whatever, you know. When you're not a monster in the world, you know.
People are so GSP, like, horny that, like, they'll do it. They're down for me to kill myself twice and them to damage me.
I saw someone mention Omni Knight in the stream. I won't even, like,
a couple people did actually.
Yeah, I won't even acknowledge that, man. But anyway,
on some real shit, you gotta let him go, bro.
You gotta let him go.
On some real shit.
Nah, he's staying there forever, man. He's staying on that block list forever. He's earned his spot.
I think there's way more.
You know how Hall of Famers, you know, in the NBA, like a first ballot Hall of Famer, he's a first ban user ban list. First ballot.
I think that's egregious.
He's like Michael Jordan. He's like a first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot block list. Omni Knight is number one.
I think we ruined it for him. He was good.
Who's we? We is
me, Sayar, everybody chiming in, talking about it.
No, you never had a chance.
Nah.
I have a lot of conviction.
I'll never find that out, but I'll believe you.
You'll find it out. Just wake up 5 years when the game's out. When the game's done. When we have a new Smash game and the Switch is like.
So okay.
When the Switch is like out as a system, you'll know for sure by then because I will not have removed them by until then.
Smash 6, you're playing Elite or some shit like
on
that.
the next Nintendo system.
And you see Omni Knight, Meta Knight.
Ooh.
Is it and he's playing humble, bro.
It's been
Reformed.
It's been 6-7 years. If he's playing humble, I'm not blocking him. I'm not petty.
He's just playing to win, bro.
I can't believe how first of all, did you see what he did there?
Massive cap.
He associated with a 6-7 year break as him not being petty.
What?
Yeah,
no.
Think about the distance.
No, that's you making an assumption.
No,
you literally just gave me
no.
the. No, you literally just said he's not playing. He's not playing the way he's playing now.
So Smash 6.
You just said.
No, I said Smash 6.
You just said he's playing humble. He's playing a different game now. That's what you inferred.
No, bro. You said
What?
6-7 years.
That's the timeline for any Smash game.
Okay,
What if he's playing humble right now, though?
He's
you
not.
Don't know, but you don't know that.
You're
You
not
have
wrong.
blocked.
Okay, yeah.
I played him and he played fine.
Wait, what? When did you play him?
Like a couple months ago.
That's when I played him too. Before I blocked him.
I've run
I
into
played
him
him.
once.
You know, I played him at least 5 or 6 times.
Oh, really?
I also have played him multiple
I
times.
don't know
lying,
that. I'm not claiming that you're lying. I did not know that.
I'm telling you, I've played him at least 5 or 6 times. You think I blocked somebody like Omni? This was before I was like a blocker.
So
after
what does he
one
do?
game.
What does he do? Like, I don't understand.
He runs around. First of all, you're Meta Knight.
Okay, talk to me.
He's in the corner just camping at the top platform. Aimlessly. So I'm like, yo, can we play the game, bro? I'm playing Snake. I'm like throwing shit at him. It's like, I stopped throwing stuff. And I'm like, okay, maybe if I stop throwing stuff, he'll start playing the game.
Yeah.
He's just flying around in the air. Occasional hit here and there. And I'm like, you're crazy if you think I'm going to let this happen like a 5th or 6th time.
You want to spend your time doing this,
You know
right?
what the definition of insanity is if I'm
You
not
just said
mistaken.
you were playing Snake.
Hold on. The definition of insanity, Sarazim, is what?
I know what it
when
is.
you do the same
That's
thing,
one
expecting
definition.
change, right?
That's
I don't-
a specific man's definition of insanity.
You know
And
what?
my point is, I'm gonna adhere to his definition because that's insanity. You think I'm gonna let this happen? You think I'm gonna go to time every time I play Omni Knight?
No.
It's 1 a.m. I'm trying to have a good time, bro. I had a busy
Now
day.
that-
I was at
and you
work.
know what? Now
I
that
was at the
you've
gym. I'm
explained
trying to
that-
decompress. I'm trying to have a good night. I'm trying to play Elite Smash. I'm playing Snake. People don't rematch me when I play Snake, so I'm trying to have a good time. I come across a man who's gonna spend 8 minutes running away. That's fun for who? And you wonder why I block him.
But you're playing Snake. You have no right to complain.
What's wrong with Snake?
You just said I was throwing shit at him the entire time and he didn't want to do
And I
it.
said I stopped. I
But
stopped.
I don't
after-
think he ran into him 6 times with Snake, though.
Yeah, there's
No,
other
that's-
times.
that's true,
I'm
that's
playing
true.
Wolf sometimes. I'm playing DK sometimes. I'm playing Lucina
Okay,
sometimes.
so here's my question for you.
All right, go for it, bro.
Okay. You know, it's not even a fucking question, dog. On some real shit, I'll block that nigga, dog. I'll be honest.
Like,
That's just my feeling for him.
what are you gonna like? What are you gonna pay me?
Nothing. Absolutely not a dime, but
Stay in
it's
block.
your life, your choice.
You're not wrong. It is.
What if he just does it again? What if he does it again, though? Then
Yeah, I don't wanna
like,
But we
swindle
need to
you.
see it. Like you got to save it. For
No,
replay.
no, we don't need
Like
to
I want to
see-
see
I
this
believe
because I don't know. No, because if you say I played Snake and I was throwing stuff at him, what if he didn't want to approach? Because he's like, now I'm gonna approach him. He's gonna get the lead and he's gonna start throwing shit at me again.
That is some broken-
do I platform camp people as Snake when
But
like think about it. I don't play a
I'm not
super
saying
camp
I'm
Snake.
not saying you platform camp, but you do use your projectiles.
100%.
So what is Meta Knight gonna do?
When I say he's camping me, he's not playing.
I need visual evidence.
It's Meta Knight, though. Like, we already know.
Look, I'm not gonna let Omni Knight take away from this podcast, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
You know what?
He's adding to it.
I'm actually with you because he didn't follow me back on Twitter.
That's
There you go,
petty.
there you go.
That's
And I'm
petty.
actually pissed, bro. Gas him up. Tell him he's the man.
For what?
I tell him, yo, this, that, and the
I
third.
was telling you that the night you followed him.
And yeah, he didn't follow me back. So
What did you like?
yeah.
I don't understand. How can you cape for someone who's not even following?
I'm with that. Let's move
Okay,
on.
give me that. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Dog, fuck Omni.
I can't go there. I can't go there, dog.
Alright, man. Anybody want to give you a F Omni Knight?
Yeah, fuck up.
my dog.
I'll give you that. It's been a long time.
Enough
but-
time on Omni Knight, bro. He's never getting unblocked. But so to follow up on that question about Wi-Fi, would you guys, if you go back to the start of the pandemic, would you play more Wi-Fi?
100%. No, I would play more Wi-Fi. I wouldn't enter I think 700 man. First of all, you got to find yourself a humble weekly, like our own weekly, 30 mans, 20 mans, and playing those. Like these 700, well, that's death. Like MSN.
Like the Wi-Fi majors and shit?
Woo! I would never do that. I would never do that.
What do you guys think?
I wouldn't, but specifically, I have a specific case. My parts are not warranted.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it comes down
fair.
to. I was physically breaking down. Wouldn't waste that on Wi-Fi.
That's fair. Seriously?
I think I played enough. I played a lot. Like I played a decent amount anyway. So
I definitely wouldn't play less Wi-Fi, but I also don't think I would play more. Because if there's a peak, I think I'd probably play the peak amount of Wi-Fi, to be honest. But
Well, you never entered brackets. You just played straight up.
early on, I think
I entered a few early on, and then I realized this is not for me. I'm just gonna play the game nonstop, and I just play the game. I just play the game because it's fun.
Me too.
If Smash wasn't fun, I would not play so much Wi-Fi. I just crack the game on at any time. A few hours, play Elite Smash. Still. But yeah, I'd play probably the same amount. Pandemic, you know what I mean? So yeah, during the weekend we were talking about we were watching Summit. Obviously, Samatar made a very interesting observation about a player who I will name drop, Dark Wizzy. Dark Wizzy.
We were watching something together.
We're watching Dark Wizzy play Smash, and Samatar made a very interesting comment that was very profound, which at first I didn't really quite understand. He needed to explain it to me again, but he was like, "Man,
I understood right away."
No, we're watching Wizzy. He's like, "Man, this guy Wizzy is still playing Ultimate 1. Everyone else out here is playing Ultimate 2." And I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" So I'll give you the opportunity to explain it yourself. So,
yeah, okay, cool. I meant what I meant. I think Sarah actually took the words out of my mouth, bro. So pause. But you can take it away.
wow,
Damn.
He's pretty much just saying there was a Smash before quarantine and a Smash after quarantine, and he was just playing the old style. And he just wasn't cutting it.
I think there's a little bit of like a copy and paste style before. There's more of a copy and paste what you do in a game before the pandemic. I think you can go look at. Okay. First of all, players at the top. No, this is more for everybody else. I think there was more of a copy and paste style of gameplay before. And now it's much more like you got to be in the moment. You got to mix up where you're ledge trap. You got to cover roll, cover here, cover there. Like you got to be everywhere. And I'm not saying that like the aforementioned player didn't do that in Dark Wizzy. I'm just saying like he's not doing it as well as everybody else at his level, like at the top level, right? So I'm not saying like niggas could take him. I'm just saying that. Yeah, it looks like you didn't play that much.
You're talking about the difference between Ultimate 1 and Ultimate 2, but what I just heard described is the difference between online play where you cannot react the same way versus offline play.
Well, to elaborate more, I think like when you're playing Wi-Fi for so long, I think changed how people played entirely. Actually,
okay.
A lot of people had that like metamorphosis of like thinking differently while playing Wi-Fi, like. And not being so rudimentary in how they play the game, and I think I just saw that from him more so than the other people. So, but that's the first observation I made from Summit.
Isn't that also? I agree with you. Just for the record, right off the right out of the gates. But isn't that also like Mario? Isn't he the character with all these safe aerials that hit shield? Mm-hmm. You know, and he's got obviously mix-up potential. But maybe I'm a Dark Wizzy hater. But I've never felt like his Mario was like, I'm like, this is the guy, this is the Mario, this is the guy that's proof that this character's as good as he is. It was always more like, yeah. No, that I would absolutely say that Dark Wizzy is carried by Mario in some situations. But obviously he's also a very, very talented player. It's just, I've never been like, I don't know where the community stands on this, but not to bring up Ally in Smash 4, but absolutely to do that. He was never that Mario, you know. He was never like, yeah, this guy is the representative of this character to me. Mm-hmm. So I just want somebody else to fill those shoes. Man.
To be honest, I think watching Dark Wizzy on the weekend was like, I will say he didn't look as sharp as he did before, to a degree. But I also will say, having seen Prodigy, well, he goes by Kurama now, I think, so I'll call him his new tag, Kurama. You know, a lot of people were memeing Dark Wizzy in the chat. They're like, yo, this should have been Kurama. He's like, yo, your combos aren't on point, dog. Yo, how do you only get 40%? You're Mario. And I say, I think we can all see from Dark Wizzy's gameplay. When I was watching,
that hurt my feelings.
When I was watching this guy play on the weekend, like he has always been very, very like neutral based. he likes to do like his movement. He likes to slide a lot in neutral and kind of fake you out with the music with the movement, right?
Yeah.
But a man like Kurama, or Prodigy, whatever you want to call him, Kurama's punish game is so insane with Mario. We saw it in that one set at Frostbite 2020 against Leo. What I'm starting to see people kind of say, and their sentiment is that, yo, dog, you're just not that guy with Mario's punish game. The Wizzy.
Yeah,
bro. If you have,
and I actually feel like Wizzy. I'll let you continue. But I actually feel like Wizzy. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was watching him play Mario, I'm like, yo, come on, dog. Like you're only getting 40% off of these like combos. You gotta be.
You gotta put things in blenders.
Like, yo, if you get a running up air on DDD, like, dog, I need you to take that hit and go a mile.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Especially on DDD,
bro. And I was watching
Prodigy
at like a local like on, I think it might have been MSM or something like a week before. And I'm thinking, yo, this. I always think Mario is a cheater of a character. You know me and Mario. I think that character is bullshit. Mm-hmm. But I watched Prodigy and I think that this is why he's bullshit. When I watch Wizzy now, I don't think this is why Mario's bullshit. And I think that says a lot.
When we were in VC talking about it, like I think there was a moment where I'm like, I don't know if he's that nice or if people just DIing it properly. Because I don't see Mario. Okay, you see them get the up air, whatever, fair or whatever, but not like that. Not like
Prodigy's not missing those. Like he's getting a rising
up air, falling up air. Are those combos straight up true?
I don't know why you don't believe me.
I believe you.
They are as true can be. If he gets the running up air at a certain percent, you're just dead.
Yeah, so if Mario gets a certain up air at a certain percent, it's a guaranteed fair.
On how many people? I don't know about the cast, but it's definitely a guaranteed combo.
Fam, if you don't have a move faster than probably frame 3 or 2, you have no chance. When I'm playing Falco, I could just nair out a lot of shit. I mean, I'm still getting hit, but I can nair out of stuff. You're playing a tall character like Wolf, not tall, but you don't have a move faster than frame 6. You're just dying.
Is the window large? Bro, for the fair, because I'm trying to get to that fair. Like
Mario's a cheater of a character. One day you will believe.
Because if that,
believe me one day.
Okay, why won't you play Mario then?
He has no range. He doesn't fit me. He has no range. I can't play a character.
I will sell my soul for any good character if I think.
I don't know, man. Mario's a cheater of a character, but I have to say, I think that was the sentiment when you watch these Wizzy sets. Like people roast Wizzy. I'm not gonna lie, he gets a lot of flack.
Yeah.
Which
I'll cool it down. Then. Yeah, I didn't know.
Like he got a lot of flack on the weekend for his play and all that shit. But like in the Twitch chat, people are like, "Yo, my nigga, you're not Kurama." And I'm like, man, this is great. I was like basking in the Wizzy roasting, but I'm also thinking to myself, why are you not killing Didi after one up air?
Okay, I don't think he can do that, but
I'm obvious that's hyperbole.
I didn't. I actually, with how much you hate him, it was tough for me to actually sense that.
I'll give you that. But like, it's hyperbole, but I'm saying like, yo, you get a running fair on like a lot of a running up air on like at like 40 on a lot of characters near the ledge. Like you're just gone. I
gotta find out like when the fair combos are true with Mario. I actually just gotta talk to like
Argent, Marco Tech in the chat are backing me up here when I say that. Wizzy's like combo game just wasn't there, knowing that what Mario can do.
Dude, I know. Okay, man, I really got to find out about.
Which is why I'm telling you, this is me spitting my personal agenda, but there's a reason why I'm always telling you this character cheats and why he's horseshit in my opinion.
I will say with Wizzy as well, like his combo game before this all transitioned, it was largely based on it wasn't the up air combo game. It wasn't the I'm gonna fish for the good punish, the right punish. It was more so, here's my tech chase.
Yes.
You know, like that was his game before.
He's very neutral based with the way even his punish game works.
Which I think is overall better. Like it's better to have like, I think I was on record saying punish game is better than neutral.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, hell no. See? Today's the day of 180s.
Times a change.
Because I think neutral is way more important.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I think it could be character dependent. I'm not gonna lie. If you're maining somebody like Mario, I'm not saying Prodigy's better than Dark Wizzy. He's like straight up or anything right now. I'm not making a claim like that. But when I see the potency of the punish game for Mario, like whether it's Dark Wizzy or Kurama, or even if I'm playing Ty, shout out to Ty, he's improved a lot. Like I'm dying to shit at like 50, 60. Ty's getting these running up airs. And I'm just dead, point blank.
Man, I gotta start playing.
And it's like, yo, like this character's nonsense. But again, shout out to Ty. Point is, I think there could be a difference in terms of like where Wizzy, again, Ultimate 1, Ultimate 2. Maybe Ultimate 2 is more Kurama's Prodigy style, being potent as hell, as opposed to Wizzy. I don't know.
Because running up, why I question the fair so much is because running up air, like, cause like what, like fair bear is true for wolf, right? But you don't see wolves getting fair bear, like even the really good ones, they don't finish off every stock like that because it's just not optimal. And getting that falling fair can be a little predictable at times, right?
It's not easy to hit it.
Right? So you don't see fair bear like it's clockwork. But with Mario, sometimes I'll just see a set. I'll literally see a set where you're getting up air fair and you're dying, and there seems to be a pattern. So then I start questioning, is the DI like suspect? Because he's coming off a game where he wasn't hitting it like that.
Yeah, I mean, the DI could be suspect in a lot of situations.
And that's what I just mean.
Like, there are people who badly DI Mario combos, and there have been since time immemorial. Like, it's a factor, for sure.
I don't know.
The character gets a lot better when you don't DI.
Yeah, especially if you DIN.
Yeah.
Probably just
oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the other man's lunch.
It's an interesting thing to look at for sure. I was looking at the wrong button. Anyways, we'll keep it moving. So the next thing we got to talk about, obviously, in regards to Summit, it played out with guy Tweak winning the whole thing. Obviously, Tweak put on a show with the Diddy Kong, right?
Diddy ever.
And then Leo placing second, having pretty much a big run with Byleth in like the pools play, pretty much.
A little bit of top eight, final bracket.
Some of like final bracket, and then making the switch to Pyramid or Joker. So what did you guys think of like the character pool that we saw, whether it's Pyramid or whoever, and the idea of like people thinking characters are busted because of like one big showing by a top tier player, such as a Tweak, such as a Spargo, such as a Leo, where do you guys think your heads are at as far as impressions of characters, but also keeping in mind who is piloting them? Skylar, you can start us off with that.
All right, I'll start off by saying that I was pretty high on Diddy before. It's not to say that I think he's like number one now, because Tweak came number one in a tournament with a lot of good players, a lot of good players in it. But I did think that Diddy was being slept on pretty hard. If I'm not mistaken, he did receive buffs. And it's just nice to see him get optimized, to see Tweak, a player of Tweak's caliber, have the time in this Wi-Fi period to optimize Diddy, which I think is a mission, or was a mission if he hasn't done it by now. As far as the other characters go that we saw, obviously Mithra and Pyra, I think that there's still actually room to grow with those characters, and that's what's scary about them, because you saw how well they performed, and again, in the hands of the best players in the world. So everything with a grain of salt. If you can't take it with a grain of salt, you probably you shouldn't evaluate it too strongly. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I actually had a conversation earlier with someone about Byleth, and they were like, she's definitely pretty good. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think Leo kind of just carries the shit out of her. But if you watch the best player in the world do well with a character and think they're amazing, something's wrong with you. Like, they could be really good, but it's like he did the same with Ike. He did the same with Byleth. He never really played Lucina that often. I think he like maybe played at a local and won with her, but he can do that with probably any character in the game and still beat a lot of these players. No,
you're 100% right.
So I don't take one guy doing really well, especially the best player in the world, with a character and saying they're good. Specifically for Diddy, I've always said items and projectiles are broken in this game, and having the second best item in the game, aside from Link Bomb, the character was always good. The character was always good. So
I love how Link Bomb has to be good.
It is the best item in the game.
That thing's broken.
I can add a little bit of praise for Tweak's Diddy as well, beyond just the banana. What I found bananas was his ability to stay under his opponent at all times by utilizing incredible movement, like Bash and I were talking about earlier. Just monkey flipping everywhere to get where he needs to be, and like he made Pyra look like she couldn't land consistently. Like, that's incredible.
Someone who you do want to be wary of contesting in the air because of how strong their aerials are.
Yeah. And the positioning of those aerials as well. Like, that fair sends you one direction, and you know it's going to be good for Diddy. You
can't, like, staying pressure from below against Pyra, especially, like, and to keep that pressure, it's like it's a test of a really good player as well. I also want to point out, Banana on neutral getup seems to be like kind of like a checkmate almost. Not checkmate, but like it's such an immense tool because well, you want to jump now or you want to roll, and he's like hovering between both. So I think like I didn't notice how powerful that is for Diddy. Just banana on neutral.
It makes sense. We've seen it, I think, earlier in the meta with Rob. Developing, it developed just a lot quicker in Ultimate with Rob. And if you're a Smash 4 body, you've seen this before to some degree, right? It's just it's neat to see it again.
Covering neutral get up with hitbox is just like especially
as a guy who made Samus for a very long time, dropping a bomb there and walking away.
Oh man! When you're hanging on ledge, it limits so many things you can do because your aerials off ledge are gone and your neutral get up's gone for momentarily. So you can really die a lot sooner on ledge just from that.
Well said. Well said. Yeah, I think it's obscene for people to like sit there after Summit and the first thing you're gonna do is be like, oh yeah, this character is really good or broken when they're literally being piloted by some of the best people who play the game right now. You know what I'm saying? Who put in their hours and their their legacy speak for themselves. So I think it's extremely obscene for someone to be like, yo, Diddy Kong was top tier and I knew it after. Let's just keep it a stack. Like who, even after the buffs, God bless Aaron and Dakpo and Rivers, but I did not think about this character at all in any capacity before Tweak really played him. And that's the thing that Tweak has done with a lot of characters in Ultimate that people don't seem to mention. He was the first person to get Crom popping. He was the first
North American Wario.
No, Crom. The first month the game was out, he won Sky's Invitational with Crom. He did it with Ridley at a PGR event. He placed, I think, 9th playing only Ridley. He's done it with Roy. I think it was
King
at King
K. Rool. He's taken a couple.
He did it. He
PT Wolf.
What is there to say about his DK?
He was
Pokemon
early with
trainer.
Wario.
He was the best
Wario.
PT, right? Too.
Yeah.
So
come on now, like that's what I'm saying. Like people will just conveniently forget that the guy who makes Diddy Kong look broken, like he quite literally the Tweak or the Leo in this game is them deciding to play your character. It's over. Like, we just know
they can play whatever character you play and play better than you in moments.
So it was very striking to me, when shout out to Aaron for beating Tweak in pool. That was very impressive in the Ditto, right? Obviously you got hyped up, said, "Yo, I'm the best Diddy Kong out there," whatever.
He said some cringy shit.
I said some other shit that I won't repeat for the stream. But he notably said, "I'm that guy with Diddy," right? Or at least heavily insinuated, right? Insinuated it rather. And then Tweak goes on to make this insane run with Diddy Kong only on the Sunday and beat literally anybody, right? So
did he 3-0 everybody?
He came close
3-1, 3-0.
I know he 6-0'd Leo.
Except for
Spargo?
No, except for Aaron. He lost to Aaron.
I'm just talking about final day.
Yeah, the final day I think he dropped maybe 1 or 2.
3-1 maybe in a couple games, but it was mostly like.
So
that's how.
The point is like forgetting all of his acumen historically, and then to think, oh yeah, it's got to be Diddy Kong. Well, obviously, I'm not saying people are saying it's got to be Diddy, but give the man his respect. Once quarantine started, he's like, I'm playing Diddy Kong now, and then everyone skeptically with one eyebrow raised. We would watch his streams and we would watch him upload these YouTube VODs of Diddy Kong. And we're like, this character, maybe he is not that bad. Let's see what Tweak does with him. He wins Wi-Fi majors with Diddy Kong. We're finally offline, and he won the biggest event that's been had for a while.
What separates him from every other Diddy?
I mean, like the thing with Tweak, and this isn't so much a Diddy Kong thing. Again, I just look at what he does with characters historically. Like Arjun makes a good point. He played all Banjo, I think, at that one glitch event where he beat Dark Wizzy in top 8, right?
Yeah.
It's like, this guy, come on, Tweak is that guy. Like, you can't act like he's not that guy. Same with Leo. If Leo decides to pick up, Sarah said, Violet and make her look viable, the least logical thing you can do is say to yourself, Violet's got to be better than she really is. And it's crazy because maybe she is, but that's irrelevant. Immediately because of the person who's playing her. I give the person piloting the character more respect than the character itself, because there have been other PGR level players who have tried. Rivers is no slouch. Aaron is no slouch.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So Dakpo is no slouch. But they're not Tweak. Let's call a spade a spade. They're not Leo. Let's call a spade a spade. They're not Spargo.
You also have to consider how the size of this bracket realistically. Yes, the talent was out of this world, but you are absolutely limiting the number of matchups you need to prepare for. And some of these characters that struggled before historically, maybe they did so because they run into every character consistently. You run into everybody as opposed to just the best characters in the world. I would say Sheik is a character that falls into that archetype where she hangs with fast, good characters. Like she hangs with top tiers. but you know,
I
she
love-
might blow up.
Yeah.
That is a really good
point.
That was a fucking good
It's
point.
a controlled environment to like the highest degree.
Because Sheik will, like, let's say there's an invitational where top tiers are playing. Sheik will do pretty well at that. If I tip for most top tiers,
Void will.
you know. And I'm not saying Void. Like, I'm not like I just think Sheik Joker in my mind. I could be completely wrong. I have no clue, but should be pretty close to even in my head, right? Or a Joker just wins and he just wins probably +1. Not like the worst thing ever. So yeah, good point there.
I mean, you never know, man. Sheik at a major against a very good K rule. You never know how that's gonna shape up.
Yeah,
For
you
example,
can't kill him.
Yeah, you know? That's what I'm saying. But you're not seeing K rule or a heavy body that can just be annoying. I'm not saying obviously top players can't do that, but like to your point, man, like it's a controlled environment. Some matchups are better than others, which is why I give Tweet credit for the Friday him losing in pools. I think to 2 people. I forgot who it was. It was.
He didn't even
Aaron
care. If you looked at his face, he
Aaron,
was smiling
yeah.
the entire time.
Yeah,
He literally didn't care.
He's like, yo,
about
I'm
his
just gonna make the
placement.
changes I need to make and stay steadfast. So I don't know about the idea of acting.
And
like,
he's historically had like when he loses,
Bad
he gets
mentality.
super upset. So
I think that was discussed a lot actually at the at Summit, and
they were on that.
yeah,
Really?
they
I
were
didn't
selling
say
it, but
anything.
also
Yeah,
it was
not a
true.
lot.
You know, like they were selling it for a reason. They were selling goods. You know,
And even him at the end, he acknowledged that. He's like, yeah, I used to be the guy who would tilt. That's what, in his own words, he's like, I was the guy that tilted. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember the One Smash 4 event? I think where he.
the championship?
I
Yeah.
think this pisses me off to this day, and he literally threw his last set because he automatically wasn't getting out, and he pretty much just threw his last set playing whatever, just doing random shit,
And I think it affected
and
Wadi.
it affected someone else getting in.
Yeah, I think Wadi couldn't get in as
Because
a
he
result.
could have gotten in because like Tweak should have beaten that last person, but he's
Yeah,
just
okay.
like he didn't care and he was playing random characters.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was
Yeah, he's come a long way from
a
that.
shitty thing.
To see him win Summit, it was, I'm sure for him it was very, it was a lot of vindication for him to win that event against literally some of the best people that have really. I mean, we all know Tweak versus Leo historically has always been Leo pulling some shit out of his ass, right?
Yeah.
And so, and the way he beat Leo, I mean, I don't know if I've heard Diddy Kong really has a good matchup against Joker, which is maybe why we didn't see Joker at all. But if that's the case, Tweak, you're a smart guy for picking up Diddy.
Just to go on a tangent real quick. What do you guys think about Pyra and Mithra? Do you think it's just top players being in a vacuum, or do you think they're really good? Like top 3 good, not just like top tier. Top 5, top 3 good.
I think Mithra is insane. I'll say that right now. I think she's insane, especially at the top level. And I don't even think she's been optimized yet. I think Pyra by herself is a very good character somewhere in the top half of high tier, maybe the bottom of top tier, like by herself.
Pyra. Oh wow. Okay.
And that's mostly because of the way that very good players can use her on Shield. Sarah pulled up something, an incredible infographic earlier. Actually, Bash pulled it up on Sarah's direction, and it was just a picture of Pyra's down air. Pyra's down air being what was it, -9? -9. And without the context of what you're looking at, that sounds like a -9 move. And then you look at it, and you understand that this thing is 2.5 times, maybe 3 times the size of Pyra away from Pyra. And
that matters, man.
yeah, like I don't see other moves like that in this game.
So many times do I find myself like people saying, "Oh, it's only minus this, it's minus that," but like if it's huge, I have to cover the different distance to make it to you.
Yeah.
So it being -9 is now irrelevant because it's now just relatively safe. For you to throw it out there. So,
Yeah, well said. That's it's kind of crazy. I think she's probably top 10, 15 range to be safe. I feel like that's a very bullshit answer that a lot of people would give for a top tier, but I think she's in there. I think she's in the top 10 range for sure. I just don't know if I would say she's top 5, 4, 5, 6. I mean,
She could be.
she could be.
She could be. I think she could be. I love to wait. And speaking of DLC, before we get off of it, no Sephiroth. I thought there
No
was
Sephiroth, yeah.
more Sephiroth.
I think Tweak played one game against Aaron with Sephiroth.
Yeah, you got
You know
destroyed.
what? I don't think Sephiroth hangs with those characters.
That's what I don't know.
Short
man.
characters give him an issue. So
Fast
like,
characters.
Bro,
fast isn't even the biggest issue.
Short.
If you're short and you're fast, it's
I'm telling you, Paolo has that same problem with short characters.
You're a ninja.
Man, when
Greninja's
you
rough too.
We didn't even see a Pika. Like,
when you struggle to like put hitboxes on small characters, holy shit, is that just like bro?
yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I still think he's pretty good, but it's
don't
hard
know,
hard to solo main a character in this game that isn't top 5.
It's funny he brought that up actually.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the trend we're going towards, where like you can even see it from a lot of the people that were at this tournament. Most of the people, I think only like to my knowledge, Charlie, what's his face, Cosmos, obviously Adamus, Dark Wizzy were like one of the few people who you saw only use one character in bracket. Everybody else pulled out
and three of those names dipped right away. Like they didn't get
there. You go. They didn't go very far, right? So like,
and I gotta say, 3 of those characters, like out of the crew that can kind of solo main, you name 3 that can kind of solo main.
Yeah. So like,
the Wolf,
DDD,
Aegis, Mario.
So with that being said, I think we're definitely moving towards a direction in this game where, again, shout out to Ultimate's balance. It is actually really impressive that they achieved such a good level of balance amongst the cast, because like, even though a lot of characters in this game, we saw top 4 or 5 characters in that bracket, but despite that, like top 4 or 5 characters in this game have 2 to 3 to 4 losing matchups. You know what I'm saying? Which is like very good, or slightly losing matchups, or just don't really destroy people. Right? That's really the key. Like whereas in the last game, like top 2, 3, 4 characters, like not only did they not lose a lot of matchups, but they like destroyed 90% of the cast too. You know?
Even if you look like for the last game, specifically Corrin, she was 11th usually around most people's
10,
tier list,
11.
around 9 to 11, depends. She didn't lose to any low tier. She beat every low tier.
That's what I'm saying. Whereas in this game,
there was no low tier would come close.
You have top tiers in this game who have a lot of surprising even matchups against like some mid and low tier characters.
Would you rather your character destroy low tiers and like go 50-50 with top tiers, or just like beat all the top tiers and like have 50-50s with like some random ass mid tier low tiers?
I feel like
many?
if you look at
That's true.
How many low tiers?
No, just in general, like a general theory that
So
like you go even.
I would rather
Would you
do
rather
the low
even-
tiers and go even with the top tiers, because that is skill on skill at that point.
Well,
Right?
you'd rather fuck up.
I'd rather destroy every low tier and not have to worry about them, and have to think about like the 10 characters.
I would like that
because
as well.
you'd see those 10 characters and you can like at that point it's neutral based.
I would 100% agree.
Yeah, I didn't really know what I would pick, but you sold me.
I feel like when you look at the toppest characters in this game, if you look at the best characters, and maybe we don't want to include Pyramithra in that conversation, but like if you look at Joker and Pikachu, 2 guys who are consistently up there, they kind of bop everybody that's anything like a tier below them.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And like there might be the 1 or 2 or 3 exceptions, but we're looking at a cast of what? Like I don't even know the number anymore. 80 too much.
Right?
You know,
Yeah, first of all, there's so many, right?
yeah, there's a lot.
I can't
There's a
really
lot
even
going
like
on.
pinpoint Joker losing matchup though. To be honest with you.
I've heard some people mention random characters, but that's my point.
Well,
like
you said Diddy earlier, right?
Diddy, if Diddy, it says a lot that Leo's Joker, who he confidently pulled out against, I think Spargo in that tournament, he didn't even pull him out against Tweak once. You know,
I don't know why you don't.
but that's I'm guessing it's because
You try
Diddy
Violent,
Kong
you
has
don't
a
try
good matchup
Joker,
against
like, what's wrong
Joker.
with you?
You know,
I'm saying.
So that's how you balance.
There's 47 men. I'm not like questioning
That's
your.
why he went to MSM after to make some more money.
Yeah,
He
but
didn't make enough.
20 grand. You're undisputed.
Yeah, but there was 700
no,
people at that
no,
MSM, right?
No, I gotta.
I thought
say
the
this
cap was
actually,
like
now that I think
340.
about it.
I don't know, maybe.
340.
You're the undisputed
Maybe that was
number 1 player in the world. Okay,
Undisputed.
undisputed. Like nobody will say otherwise.
Facts.
Even with a gun pointed to their head, they'll struggle to say it. Okay, so why the hell would you? You're down 2-0. Why the hell would you not play the character that got you there
Because I think it has to do with the matchup.
with 20 bans on the line?
I think it says a lot. I was shocked too. Well, I think by then
You've previously beat this guy before in this exact same environment.
doesn't it speak volumes? He wouldn't even try Joker.
I would, bro. What the fuck?
To me, it has to be matchup based.
Come at it logically. Old reliable. Would you not try it out?
I mean, I probably would, but if I know the matchup is that bad, or if it seems that bad based on whatever experience I have, like if you told me, let's say I'm playing, like let's say like Wolf is getting clapped and I'm thinking, okay, I gotta play Snake against this person I've always won against Snake, but they've switched. They went from playing, let's say, Fox to playing Mario or something. I'd be like, all right, I'm hesitant to play Snake now. Not necessarily because I'm now okay. Look, the way this guy's playing this new Mario character, I'm gonna go into a character that, even though I have all my results with them, like that matchup is not fun, or enjoyable for me. I think I'd rather just stick with whoever I've developed
That's
so far.
absolutely fine and dandy. until there's $20,000 online.
Yeah, but we are talking about the undisputed like best number one player in the world. So none of us have his kind of grasp on the situation.
Yeah, that's
how
true.
rusty his Joker actually was. It didn't look bad, obviously, when we saw it. But maybe he was just like against a player of Tweak's caliber, who he respects, who he's played against before. Maybe he's like, I need to be on point, 100% on point to beat this guy with my Joker.
And think about it. He pulled it out against Alan Deese. Alan Deese. No. You think I'm memeing? I'm not.
Okay.
Alan Deese commanded
Snake,
that respect for him to pull out Joker.
So Tweak did not, is what you're saying?
No. Of course Tweak did. But I'm saying use the counter logic. There's 20,000 on the line.
Okay.
What other reasons exist than the matchup?
But what? Okay.
That's what I'm asking you. Like surmise. What other reasons are there if it's not matchup based?
Okay, I got you. Another reason. Fear factor. You've been down this road before. Like, what did you... Like, I don't even care if I have a losing matchup. Like, if I was MK Leo, I would look at him game 3. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm going Joker. Be shook.
Yeah, you're right. There is a mental thing that would kick in. You know, but
you've been down this road before, and you know how it ends.
I'm saying the absence of this mindset from Leo, doesn't that speak volumes as to potentially how fucking Tweak was also in Fuego.
I agree that it speaks volumes, but like to me, when I put all the facts together and I add everything up in my calculator in my head, it screams stupidity.
No, I agree. I would say why not try the Joker when when Pyra and Mithra aren't working.
For what it's worth, I don't disagree.
You said something beautiful.
Yeah.
Insanity is when you try something over again and it doesn't work. Insanity is when you know something works and you don't try it. Like,
what has worked? Yeah.
Like,
and you know what? I actually agree with you for what it's worth. I'm just saying that I think that's got to be the route where he came from, not choosing.
Yeah, or it could also be the matchup in reverse order. He could be looking at Diddy and saying, Tweak's Diddy has never looked so crisp. Like Tweak is moving right now. The only way I can kind of throw a wrench in those gears is by bringing up the character that he factually has the least experience against. Ooh. By bringing out my Mithra Pyra.
Didn't he have crazy experience at that event though against the character?
At one event, but like over time, historic. If we're talking about a historic record mattering, historic experience against the character matters too.
That's true.
Man.
No, you are generally right about that. Like, he also has no information on him as well. But he just clapped up Spargo in his face.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, it seems like a Hail Mary to me, brother. Like,
he said he wouldn't ditto him. He said he wouldn't ditto Spargo because he's like...
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Maybe MKLeo just spits on money. Maybe that's the answer here.
Bro, like 20
so
G's,
Luigi.
bro. Maybe that's why.
All I know, man, is
what's
his face? Alan Deese is that guy, man. Alan Deese, that's my dog. He forced the Joker.
No, but you tried to make it sound like
what?
He was that guy for doing that.
What do you mean?
In comparison to like Tweak.
No, I just use that as an example to back up the fact that like
he just like saying Alan Deese.
He's that guy. I mean, that's fact.
You try to say like, why wouldn't he not? I remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why would you not? Like Alan Deese brought it out. Come on, man. You're playing against Tweak. I'm in the same mindset of you when we were watching. I'm like, yo, dog, like you gotta try something. But
I don't understand. No. And that's 20,000 USD.
20 bands USD.
You know that's 25. You know that's 25 Canadian.
What's up?
Watching that set, did you not feel like you should have maybe played Mithra more? I know that the risk. Yeah, like if you look at the percent he takes 80% of his damage playing Pyra.
Well, granted, I think
it's incredible.
I think the only 2 sets he lost were Tweak though. So like
Tweak got him.
Like only when he went to the losers did he decide I'm playing Pyra, Mithra the rest of the way, and Joker if I need to. You know?
Yeah, man.
So if Alan Deese, bro. Anyways,
he's that guy.
I don't want to get
Slick tag.
It's my dog. I don't want to get off the summit talk. I did want to get your guys' opinion on how the event was ran, production, the viewership. What do you guys think of the fact that we had like 80+K watching just the summit stream?
It makes my heart warm.
There you go.
Because Ultimate's still alive is what you want to hear.
Live.
I'm just joking.
You threw me for a loop too.
No, man. I loved it. I love that we're alive and strong.
The breaks were kind of crazy.
That was ham. Can we talk about the breaks?
10 minutes after one game, 10 minutes after that.
Ad revenue, I guess. Ad dollars. I don't know, man. I'm not with that.
I'd go for walks in between. So
It was cool to see Riddles on the stage too.
Seeing Ontario's best, seeing Riddles there was awesome. Shout out to Riddles.
That is true. That is
We
true.
were supporting Riddles. I think he placed 9th, right?
Yeah, he hurt Meister. I liked that.
There you go. That fist bump was that Cola?
That was Cola.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of Cola, but he heard
The
him in
handshake.
game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Meister. One thing I'll give Meister credit is that he's a very charismatic guy.
Yeah.
He got a lot of charisma. I like his
You
personality.
just gotta
seems
play
very
another
cool.
character Game and Watch.
He actually made a tweet saying, "Who should I pick up?" Because Game Watch is not just cutting it.
Yeah, I think straight up. That's what I mean by Ultimate 2, though. Ultimate 2 is learning how to fight Game & Watch. That's
I think
one of the.
people seem to really have learned a lot of matchups in this game, man. People really understand shield pressure now, especially the top players. They knew what the shield pressure was like, but they really
People
know.
did not know how to fight Game & Watch. People
back then,
touched
sure.
Game & Watch's shield. Like, you can do that.
I'm not
you cannot.
This guy beating Meister with Kazuya is kind of nuts. Like, that matchup looked awful, man.
And I think Ultimate 1 he would have lost.
Oh, I think he would have got clapped. Who would have even played? Richter?
Something like that, man.
Terry? Richter?
Yeah.
That's my dog. Simon? Nah, I called him Simon. I'm not
Yeah, I mean that. Ultimate 1 is fighting Game & Watch on thinking you could fight Game & Watch on equal terms.
That was me for a while.
You absolutely cannot do that.
Yeah. That's this game in a nutshell. You really can't fight people on equal terms. People actually can mash so well in this game and it's so effective. It's actually insane how effective mashing in his ultimate. It's probably my one problem with the game outside of hurt box shifting as well. Is like how effective mashing is. It's mind blowing.
If you're trying to hit Game & Watch's shield, spot dodge after your moves, be close to him and like scrap with him in that regard, you're gonna lose.
You already lost.
You already lost the game.
You already lost. But yeah, any other thoughts on that
It
Summit
was
stuff?
good. It was nice to see. Pretty much it.
You want to expand on anything Summit wise?
I will say that really quickly. Charlie the King got a lot of love for his commentary. I think his commentary was phenomenal. I also think that one man probably shouldn't talk for 60% of the time that 4 commentators are commentating. So, mixed board, I would love to see him in the future in duos. And man, that guy could run single commentary.
Yeah.
Like, he just talks. He
No,
goes.
that was... Bro, that commentary was phenomenal.
Yeah,
It was nice.
I think it was insane.
It was nice.
When you can be incite... Was I saying this? I was saying this yesterday. I was saying when you... There's
Deja
a...
vu.
No, there's a word for being insightful, concise, and like saying what you're saying. You're not mincing your words. You're just saying everything effectively and quickly. I forget the fucking word.
Extremely
I
effective.
gotta get the word for it.
Actually,
Concise is good. Like, that's...
like I understand what you're
Concise
saying.
is the word.
I understand what you're saying in regards to him.
It's like a word.
I guess saying a lot, but I think
Straightforward.
given the people that he would often be paired with in those moments, like his game knowledge plus ability to disseminate what he was saying, I think kind of warranted him speaking like 67% of the time in those moments.
I was able to appreciate it, but again, 40 he was talking a lot,
Yeah,
and
4 mans.
2 of the mans on the couch were paid commentators who were supposed to be there to talk.
Well, I'll tell you something.
I enjoyed it.
That will like shine some light on this. There was this dude in the melee. I forget his name. It was like LSD or something like that.
Okay.
I think I got it right. But he wouldn't shut the hell up. And like some people like his comms, some people didn't like his comms. I'm the guy who didn't like his comms. But he did the same thing as what you're claiming Charlie did. But one gets away with like a 90% approval rating, and one gets away with like
Well, to be like, I heard both because you sent me a snippet of LSD casting
My nigga,
the Melee Summit,
go.
and then I watched Charlie, and it's like it's not remotely the same though, man.
But I'm just talking about talk time.
Like no talk time, it also wasn't close. I don't think Charlie spoke nearly the amount LSD was speaking.
Okay. I thought you were
On
gonna
the
say
Melee
that. Like,
stream,
maybe you're
LSD
right.
was speaking probably 85% out of 4 people, whereas Charlie
so that extra 25 can be.
I think
no, bro. I don't even think Charlie. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it was 60% where he was speaking, but like everything he was saying was like obviously I can't speak for Melee's analytics and specifics.
It was
I don't
really
play the
good
game
and
like that.
analytical.
But from the gameplay perspective, and not just because I play Wolf, but like just because I try to analyze the game on a deeper level. What Charlie's saying, like when you play the game, was like so. Like it's almost like someone painting a picture in front of you. It's like he's actually right about this situation, this sequence. He's actually right about this. She framed out of this. Kazuya framed out of this. Anything. It's like this guy really just knows what he's talking about, and he's also not speaking to the point where LSD was. LSD was just unbearable. I think.
Also, what he does well. You're right. But what he does well is I've noticed commentators always talk about the perspective of who has advantage or who's in the offensive state. They rarely I find that they don't normally do a deep dive in why that defensive position was important for him, and that's something he does very well. Yeah. And I think that comes from being a player.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I actually think it's not just being a player.
Maybe not just.
It's definitely Charlie being a great player, but man, it's also him, just his ability to speak. Because I was listening to Buzz talk, I was listening to Mars speak, Void, very good, very passable, very serviceable. But the ability for Charlie to get into the minutia of the exact sequences, where the frame data was, how the lead trap works here, how the edge guard worked here, how the positioning worked here. It's you almost feel yo, this guy should coach me. You know what I'm trying to say? This guy would be an excellent coach, teaching someone the game.
Absolutely.
Even if you're a seasoned vet. So that's what I got from Charlie's
comment. He has the vernacular where you don't question him.
Not in the slightest. He's like a Charles.
Yes.
Very similar to... Yeah, I guess if there's strictly coach, a commentator, but then of course you got Charlie who's a player. But if Charlie, Korean, I mean, hey man, you know how much we love Korean as a commentator. Sorry, Charles, I don't want to mention his name, but...
But as we keep playing this game, and as we learn more about this game, and the intricate parts about it, I think we're moving away from how us just mindlessly enjoying comedic comms. Oh my god! Sometimes I hear the weekly, right? Our own weekly, right? And I'm I would actually hate if this was a legitimate weekly where people go to offline and that's how we do commentary. Because it's just,
I agree.
It would be awful, right?
We wouldn't do that.
I know we would never do that. But when I hear some commentators and how they're always trying to just and I'm somebody who always tries to make people laugh, I would say. But sometimes I really want to see them talk about the game and talk about the game in and of itself and be prideful, to be enthusiastic about it.
I agree completely. I've always really valued analytics and analytical speak, analytical thought processes, and just people with a good grip of things explaining things appropriately. But a lot of the commentary in this game for a long time has been in humor and hype based, which both those things are good.
Yeah, no.
And obviously, especially at a time when, again, grassroots communities coming up, that's fun. It's a lot of fun. But the guys watching Summit after a year and a half of online play, those aren't just your casuals anymore. A lot of those guys, that's everybody. That's the community. That's the global community tuning into the first great event.
Yeah.
So to hear people talk about the game that we love using the terms that we know, and beyond just I love Max Ketchum, but making jokes about why can't Sheik bring the King of Hyrule? His jokes are so well rehearsed, well practiced. But they're jokes, and I'm I want to... what if you added something, though?
That's the difference I see between Melee and Ultimate, I find. I find that Melee is just such free-flowing comms.
Yeah.
Because they got, freaking, 17 years on Ultimate.
Yeah, that might be it. Longevity.
I was going to say, I think another factor regarding that is, the general age of the scene, the people watching, the people playing,
They also have, the set history of all these players already ready. They have that stuff ready before.
That goes
you don't even have
into
to remember it. There's a little panel that comes up. 4-0
and they get PTR to at them.
Yeah. So it's they have a little bit more right now than Ultimate.
Yeah. So I agree. I don't.
They have APM. They have APM in the game.
I don't think.
Wait. How do we get that?
I think that's a Slippy.
It's because of because they play on
Slippy. They play on modded stuff, right? So
so they can literally see how many actions the guy pressed.
We're not getting that.
Yeah, because sometimes they have live stats after the game.
Yes. How many times they grab the ledge? How many times this happened?
Funny enough, that's the power of grassroots kind of coming back in a advanced way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Someone may want. But to your point, Samtar, I just want to. I think that the idea that just to reiterate, you said we're getting away from funny comms being the norm.
Slightly, yeah.
I actually don't know if it's going to ever really be that way because of the age of the game, the age of the people that are participating in the scene. Because we have such a young crowd of people, you know what I'm saying? There's always going to be people that even if they care about what's happening on the screen from a gameplay perspective, it is a great viewer experience, right? So sadly, that's not going to come without people who are, making those jokes, the EEs of the world who are, you know, filling in the void with being funny. And of course, you know, Smash as an IP, a lot of funny characters that are in Smash. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna see that. IP's huge. So us moving towards more analytical commentary, even though I'd like that to be the case, I don't know if I'll ever really reach that as like a.
I'm not. Also, I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite, because if you ever listen to me commentate, I don't even think I ever. Sometimes I'm asking them, like, what game are we on? So there's also that. But I'm not.
I mean, to be fair, though, those
I think
aren't.
your commentary would be better now if
I were to actually commentate, but I'm not a commentator, so that's why I'm saying these things so like loose lipped. I'm saying I want this, I want that.
I mean, as a commentator, like I think you have to like. There's always a balance. Like I like to crack jokes, whether it's a real tournament or not. I always bring in some type of joke as well, but it may not be like some reference like to Hyrule or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I think it's stylistically everyone's different with the way they cast, right? But I think because of that, because of the games, the age of the people that play the game, that participate, that watch, we're inevitably gonna have people that like, you know, try to make things seamless and fun for people. It reduces awkwardness on some level when as well to a degry. It creates familiarity to be funny sometimes, you know, and those are things that I think a lot of people would argue are very.
I don't like it.
Feels time.
You know, I everything you're saying is true, but I don't like it when people like. I hate when people are too scared to like show people that they like the game. Yeah. So they just fall back on humor because they don't want people knowing that they like really like the game and they could talk about these like little things. And I'm like, I don't want people to do that.
Yeah, facts. I mean, yeah, I get that
Are
too.
you a smasher?
I'm a fucking smasher.
Okay,
dog.
a couple weeks ago you did like be called that.
Yo, Sarah's just calling me, yo, you're a smasher, eh? And I'm like, what the
That's
fuck?
exactly how I said it.
Okay, but the reality is, I mean, we are.
Okay, but yo, it's different. Like someone just saying, yo, you're a smasher, eh?
I remember having a whole
You're gonna be
conversation
apprehensive
about
to
this.
that, like regardless.
But you were.
My answer was yes.
Okay, let's say you take the bus.
I answered yes.
Let's say you take the bus.
Oh no, you don't call somebody a smasher on the bus.
No, but let's say you take the bus one time to my crib.
And you call me a buster?
Yo, you're a buster.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah, but you
that's different because the person calling you a buster has seen you on a bus for 2 years in a row.
Commute with the bus, okay, to
Sarah
work.
has seen you on a bus for 2 years in a row. So him saying you're a buster after 2 years, even if he says it condescendingly,
oh, bro.
he's gonna say, no, you're a buster. I've seen you on the bus for 2 years in a row.
Alright.
Anyway.
So, but you're a smasher.
I'm a smasher.
You're outside. You're a mauler.
You know what? I should take my own lesson. I'm a smasher, dog.
No, there's nothing wrong with it, bro.
I'm a smasher.
There's only something wrong with it if you think there's something wrong.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with it.
And
bro.
do you like the mall?
I love fucking mall.
Are you a baller?
I think I'm a baller.
See, yo, we got to hack to life, bro. We got to
Not a fight anymore.
Times have changed. All right, folks. I think we ran for probably about an hour and 20 minutes. Shout out to Mies. What's up, Mies? How you doing? Folks,
give shout outs to everybody.
shout out to everybody. LeBryant, Stickless, Mies, B-Rods, Maple, even though you're in the next room. Varsity, Marco Tech is out here. We got Lost Boy Vio, aka my brother, Abdi at the crib. Whisker, Token. Who else did we miss, man? Chenzi was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here.
We got 909999095.
That's the next level Mississauga number?
Yes, sir.
I fucked that up. That's not a Mississauga. That's only 6 digits, right? Or 7? Wait. Is that 8?
3.
It's not enough digits.
3.
That's 8, right?
2.
Anyways, folks, this has been another Let's Chat episode. We didn't have questions this week, sadly, because we forgot to. Well, I forgot to.
We're not those guys, though.
Not today.
Yeah, I forgot to ping everybody for questions because this was kind of like an impromptu episode, sort of. With that being said, if you guys want questions asked or answered on the next one, just go ahead and ask them in the Auto Smash Lead Trap section channel, Mabobber. So yeah, check us out there for questions. You can follow us all on our Twitters. Eventually, we're gonna get the Twitters in this, layout that we have, and then the YouTube, Spotify stuff will still come at some point. You know, we've been.
Yo, Spotify, we're back. YouTube, I don't know.
We're back. We're back on Spotify.
We're back.
You know what I should have done?
I'm a mauler. I'm a smash, and I'm a Spotify.
Damn. All right. So
okay.
I gotta give something.
YouTube, I
something,
don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, I should have
YouTube
known, right?
gaming, bro.
Well,
New wave.
look.
Yo, they signed. What's it called?
So-
yeah.
So
A bunch of
how much they
them.
signed? Did they give like terms? and
I
shit?
don't know.
No one knows numbers, but YouTube's
Probably serious.
Yeah,
numbers.
YouTube's got money,
Nairo's
that's for
future.
sure.
Tim the Tatman going to YouTube. Literally, Nairo's future looks a little
Oh,
bit brighter.
yeah, Nairo's Ethan when I think about it, right? So, anyways, folks, that's gonna do it for us. Ask us questions if you want next time. Follow us on Twitter. You know where to find us. All that jazz, and then we'll see you guys sooner rather than later, hopefully.
At least on
For sure, Chan. For sure, bro.
They say you want to go down.
He said thanks for the content.
Anytime.
No
steady?
worries.
Honor Chen.
I'm like, for
Honor Chen.
sure, bro. For sure.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it. Everyone have a great evening, rest of your
sure,
night, and we'll see you on the flip. I don't know when the flip is though.
Probably
Fair
2 weeks from
enough.
now,
Yeah, speak
unless
the truth.
something happens to one of us.
Yeah, well, I go.
You know, God willing.
That was ominous. All right.
Oh, sorry. I meant
Cut it,
God
cut it.
forbid.
Yeah.
I meant God forbid.
Yeah.
I'm foul, right?